All right. Hello, everybody. It's Jazz Fuzz. I got my friend Brandon, and he likes to talk about an important topic, and that topic is bullying. And me and Brandon have been bullied since I was little, and even adults are still bullying adults, believe it or not. So, Brandon,
Yes.
go ahead and tell me, your story, how you got bullied and why people bully you, and then how do you cope with your bullying, and you were just finished telling me about it. Go ahead.
Well, I was bullied from middle school to high school, and people would just tease me. They would laugh at me, and sometimes the teachers, were pretty mean to me.
Really?
Yeah, and my parents didn't go for that. They were like gonna. I think it was like a couple years ago. I really wanted to go to the bathroom, and the teacher said no, no. So I just stayed in the class and peed on myself.
That ain't funny, Brandon.
Yeah, but it's terrible. But it's terrible. And my parents went off. My parents went off on the teacher, and she got fired in like a couple of days.
Why did she not want you to go to the bathroom?
Some stupid. Some stupid policy they came up with at the school that you're allowed to use the bathroom after school when school started.
That's not right.
No. And it was at Grand Park. It was at Grand Park right here. And
I'm glad the lady got fired.
Ever since then, I didn't like that school anyway.
I hear you.
And then through high school, I got bullied pretty good. I didn't get beaten up, I got teased, and this guy who has the same last name, Warner, and he would be bugging me, and making fun of me, and sometimes I had to stay away from him.
Why did he keep on bothering you? Why he kept on bullying you?
I don't know, for some reason. And I think even towards he kept doing that till I graduated.
So
But after that, I kind of got angry at everybody.
You beat him up?
Well, I wanted to.
I know you did. I would whoop his ass.
But like after that, I got angry. I got angry, and I was insecure at the time. And I was angry at the world, and I didn't want to speak to anybody. But it's slowly progressed. I'm still dealing with it right now, and so even this guy at work, he's still bullying me. And one day I'm gonna beat him up. I'm not kidding.
I know you're gonna beat him up.
Or even kill him.
Don't.
But I don't want to start anything.
Don't put me in it. I'm gonna rat you out, cause I don't want to be in 30 years in jail because of murder. I'll rat your ass out. I want a less sentence. I want 5 to 10 years. He did all of it.
Yeah, and I'm still going with it. Now, I'm on this Twitter account now, and this
Don't tell him.
And this Twitter account is called Stomp Out Bullying. It will help anyone who has coped with bullying, abuse, anything like that. And what they would do, they would support you. They would support you and help you if you get bullied again. And it's a really, I haven't got into it. I haven't responded to them, but it's they're a really good team. And then I watched this video about these bodybuilders. Some of them were gay, some of them were bisexual, some of them were straight. They said they were bullied too, like years when they were kids too, and they had if I can remember, just got they said they got teased, they got made fun of, some of them got beaten up. And then by that beating up, they said that by that bullying they worked out, they progressed themselves and built up their bodies, and now they're successful people. And that's what I like about some successful people. Some of them have been bullied. Like I like Demi Lovato. She has gone through bullying herself, and I like her. She inspires people to be themselves.
That's good.
I mean, it's just bullying. Bullying is not a. I hate it, and then it's it brings people down in a not a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, it drives them to do suicidal.
Right.
As well. I've been bullied when I was a kid myself. I was bullied in elementary school. I sucked my thumb so bad that my two front teeth used to be running. I sucked my thumb and
good.
a lot, and my two front teeth pushed out. So all the kids in the school called me Butt to Beaver because my teeth were sticking out and stuff. You know what I did? I beat the hell out of them. I was a fighter. I didn't let nobody piss me off and make me cry. Nah, I whoop your ass. And the funny thing was, the teachers, they went and told the students to leave me alone because they seen me beat a kid ass before. So they were about the next child to be murder 2 or murder 3, you know.
That's how these schools today are.
Well, I was looking at some videos about kids who are getting bullied, and they say the school systems are very different now. They got this thing called a cool down. It's like you count to 10 and then you walk away from the situation. Excuse me, but that's not right. That's not excuse me. That's not enough to stop bullying. There was one time I was listening to the radio and this teacher was infuriated because in some school districts the teacher have to wait for a week. To find out if that child is really being bullied. I said that's absurd because you can tell when the child's getting bullied, and you can tell the child's being stressed out because somebody's constantly bullying of that child. Right. I'm glad I wasn't born 2000s, or I'm glad I was born later, because back in the day in school you can beat your bully up. Yeah. You get it out of school suspension or detention or whatever, right. But you can beat your bully up. Your bully keep messing with you, you beat the shit out of them. And that's how bullies, back in the day when I was in school, that's when bullies wasn't really high, because the ass got whooped.
Yeah, actually, I did get bullied in a daycare. Actually.
Really?
Yeah. Basically I've been bullied, I think, until elementary school too. But I don't want to. Yeah, the reason why I don't want to go that far because it really hurt. Like this girl, I don't know what I did, but this girl's like started beating me up. like kicking me, punching me, punching me. Punching me.
Why was they beating you up for? What the hell? What?
I'm like, but I mean, and I can't hit women, but like that can drive me to.
Oh yeah, I put my last video. I said if a woman hit you, hit her ass back. I know it's not right, but some women are very violent out there. And some women just ask for it. I hate to say that word, but a lot of them do. Because they keep pushing that man to a point, and unfortunately, they're going to hit. But you're right. You ain't supposed to hit no woman.
And then I had the daycare person, whatever her name was. Her name was Phyllis. Not Miss Phyllis. But it was another Phyllis. And she I was doing something bad or something like that. And she put me in the closet where all the stuff was.
Did you tell your mom this?
Yeah, well, my mom came in and she was saw me in there. She's like upset, like really angry, and she said she didn't care for the person. So
what?
She should have took me out of there.
She should have kicked that woman's ass. That's what she should have done.
And she was African.
So she put you in the closet.
She's like telling me, get in there. Like, shut up.
Well, me, I'm the opposite of Brandon. In daycare, there was no bullying in daycare. But there was this one girl, and it was her mother. You know, like those home daycare, the people have their house, like a daycare center. Well, her daughter was spoiled. I mean, when I say this girl was spoiled, I said she was spoiled rotten. So what happened was that she was a mean little nasty thing.
Brat.
Yeah, spoiled brat. And she lucky we couldn't cuss her ass out, because I'd beat the hell out of her, but her mama would have punished me first before she punished her daughter. And these twins, I remember when I was in daycare, there was these two twins. They didn't bully me, but they, you get that sense that you're not welcome or whatever. See, when I was a kid, it was my first time to see a twin. I never saw a twin when I was a child. I never saw a twin. So I was fascinated with what I just seen. I thought I was going crazy because I see two people look alike, and they stare at me with their big eyes like that. They just stared at me, scared the hell out of me and stuff like that. But I never was bullied in daycare. I never was bullied. I did got challenged though. And one daycare, there was this kid talk about he can beat me in basketball. I'll whoop his ass in basketball, shooting 3-pointers and everything. That's what his ass get. So I'd be more likely the person that would challenge somebody, or if you piss me off to the point, I will fight back with fists, not words, because I can't talk trash to save my life. I can't talk trash to save my life.
I can, but I don't want to. with my religion, I don't want to be so verbal to someone because I can get in trouble for it.
Yeah, I'm a Christian, and you're a.
I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So we do things a little bit different. We're not supposed to cuss. We don't accept gay people in a way. But I think if you ask Jehovah God, he will say yes. Or he will say, unless you're married, which I believe.
Right. Well, me on the other hand, Christianity is more like a welcome to everybody. Even though, unfortunately, some churches do not welcome everybody in the church, but everybody should be welcome in the church. I don't care if you a bum on the street and you wearing your whitey tidies and a white hood and coming into church looking a hot mess. You're welcome to come to the church, because if you want to hear God's word, you're more welcome to hear God's word and stuff. So it doesn't matter who you are, but that's what I say about adults are bullying, because adults will separate people from coming into whatever, like churches or events, and it's sad that we live. Me and Brandon were both adults, and we're still living like we're in an elementary school, because there are some adults will pick and bully other adults, which is sad.
That's true. Well, it's not really bullying too. It's like unwanted abuse, like out of nowhere. Like, have you heard like I think it was on the subway in Virginia. Yeah, in DC, these kids came up and beat up this Marine, whatever that guy was.
The McDonald incident. This happened in Washington, D.C. I forgot what street. And he was eating McDonald's. He was minding his own damn business, and these, what it was, 4, 5?
And it was like all black. And Black Lives Matter thing.
They said, do you care about black people? Do you care about all our black matters?
And what the heck with that? Because I know we're supposed to support our people, our people. Mm-hmm. But why does it have to be that we bully somebody who is not a part of us? Mm-hmm. Like white people. Like white people, Asian, Spanish. That's all. That's everybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter black, white.
Right. like my other videos called "The World Matters." You should check that out, because I explain about how everybody is so connected. Because we really are. We're all connected if you look at it that way. Mm-hmm. But that was unnecessary to beat that Marine up in that McDonald's. I mean, they beat the living daylights out of this poor man. This man.
Well, I don't understand that. Why couldn't he fight back?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because I thought, Marines are very good fighting combat, gun skills, and all that stuff. They're very intelligent when it comes to combat fighting. So I don't know, I guess because they came so fast. He did say one of them came behind him, that's why he didn't fight back. He was walking out the McDonald's, and one of the guys was waiting for him, and they crack him in the head. He don't know what the heck he got hit by, but it knocked him out, and they did just start pounding on him. It's just, I don't understand this.
And then it's like, remember a couple years ago, people were punching people for no reason on the street.
Oh, the sucker punch.
Yeah,
that stupid game. I don't know, that's still going on. You stupid. I don't know.
That's like so scary though, cause like
it is, because you can get killed. You hit the damn concrete. That's it. You're done.
Because they said it happened here in DC. It happened 3 times. I think 3 times in New York City. And I think one time in was it California or some other place?
It happened all over. It happened all over the United States. That stupid game called a sucker punch. There was a lady, I think it was in North Carolina or Georgia. one of our coworkers told us about this story, that a young boy who was 16 or 15 did a stupid game, sucker punch, right? He hit the old lady behind her head, right? She went and grabbed the gun and shot his ass. It's not funny. She did. We all say she must be she must have that damn gun quick.
What did they get?
That's exactly what I hate to say, but that's exactly for it again. But she pulled out that. She must have the purse like up to here or something. Cause
That's good.
the way how she shot that boy, I mean, she shot him so fast he didn't know what the hell happened. Yeah, he pronounced dead right there.
Wow.
But and that's why I think Sucker Punch has stopped because of that story. That old lady pulled out that damn gun. Bam! She shot his ass. So, I mean, I never got bullied in middle school. I beat up a girl. I didn't beat her up. I slammed her on the ground in the middle of the hallway because she kept making fun of me. And that was the first time I ever fought a girl. For some strange reason, I always fighting guys. I never fought girls. I don't know why. It's just always guys piss me off more, I guess. So, and then in high school, I did got teased about my height. I never forget. I was walking down the hallway, and this one tall white guy, he just, for whatever reason, he just say, "Oh my gosh, you're so short." And then I went back to him, I said, "Oh my God, you're so tall." So I went back and said that. He didn't say nothing else. He just kept on walking. So I never got bullied in high school. It seemed like my bullying started in elementary, and then it started going down after that. And then in adults, you learn very quickly not to fight or whatever, or threaten people, or make fun of them, or taunt them, because you can go to jail and all that kind of stuff. But I lost my damn cool one time. I flip a table at my old job. And unfortunately, I lost my job because I did that. And I was younger back then. Now I'm a little mature, and I, control my anger better. But this one guy, he pissed me off so bad, Brandon, because he wasn't helping me. I did like unloading trucks and stuff, and he was over there flirting with a damn girl drinking Gatorade. And when I'm over here struggling, putting boxes on a crate, I push the damn boxes.
That's like just like this guy at work, where we recently worked. This guy is bullying everybody, even me. And I'm like, you're not doing anything. You're acting stupid, and then you go and bother other people. That's how you get one. That's how people don't like you, and two, that's how you get hurt.
Yes.
Badly.
Yes. When you're become a bully, people will stay away from you. Now, people who be around you, those people like to hurt other people too. If you got people like that. But bullying doesn't come with any glimpse and glamour. It comes with antisocial and a distance away from everybody because people can't trust you. No. You're being ignorant. No. You're also being hateful for no apparent reason because nobody did anything to you. Whatever issues or whatever malfunction you got going on in your life, don't take it out on nobody else. You should take it out on yourself. No. So it is a bullying. I gotta feel sorry for bullies because they are more likely have something going on inside the house or in their life or whatever. Because they always say 9 times out of 10, if a person who is a bully, they might have a bully themselves, so they have to bully somebody else.
Remember Kevin? He said because I think you said his mother would not bully, be strict on him or something like that.
Yeah, he was stressed out.
And I understand that because and I don't have parents like that, but I know some like that in their situation. Any person can be a bully to somebody else because of how their parents acted or how their life is.
Yeah, I guess the story is sort of kind of like bullying. Like when I first came out to be a lesbian, I came out when I was 13 years old being a lesbian. And I grew up being in the church. And we all know church say it's a sin, it's an abomination. You will burn in hell and this and that and the third.
Yeah.
So that really was a struggle for me when I was a child, because all I keep thinking about, okay, I'm going to burn in hell. No matter how much good I'm doing on this earth, God is going to send me to hell. That's what I was thinking when I was a child. I came out to my mom when I was 13. My mom knew that I was going to be gay, because I don't remember this, but you know, like open house, when you go to school, you talk to your teachers. There was this teacher, and my mom, I don't know, she just came up to me and she said, do you like this teacher? Do you like this woman? And she just kept on saying, I kept on saying, yes, I like her. Remind you, I'm in elementary school. So I kept on saying, I like her all the time. So my mom knew right off the start I was going to be a lesbian. She just knew, because in the early age I was showing sign that I like women. So what happened was, for years, until I was 13, I came out to my mom. I said, Mom, I like women. I'm gay. That's what I told her. And she went on, this is exactly what she said. She said, you have to sleep with them. You gotta go out with them. You have to do this with them. And then she kept saying sex. You gotta have sex with them. Like, and she kept on screaming and hollering at me, trying to scare me out of being lesbian. It didn't work. So, and then for a couple of years, it was very hard for my mom, because you know, in Christian, me personally, we don't know if we're gonna burn in hell or not, because that's God's call, and God don't really pay attention to your sexuality. He more likely pay attention, are you being nice to your neighbors? Are you always believe in him? Do you serve him? Right. Do you preach about him when other people are down? And then most of all, like people keep telling me over and over again, is God looks at your heart. No matter who you are, I don't care if you're a criminal or a serial killer. If your heart is good, of course, a serial killer, that depends on the person, if they want to go being good and be saved and all that stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, if a person have a good heart, God sees your good heart. You know what I'm saying? It's got nothing to do with your sexuality. It's just that, unfortunately, for Christianity, they just pawn that down because it's out in the open and people are expressing who they love and stuff like that. And they call it moral because you can't make babies. 2 women cannot make a child, and 2 men cannot make a child. Right. So that's why they say it's immoral, and that's why I say it's not right and it's not normal. But I hate to say it, but I didn't choose to be a lesbian. You know, my mom and her co-workers were talking about this, and they asked my mom if my father was in my life, would I be different? My mother said no. They also asked my mom that I had a rough childhood, like if I was molested or whatever. My mom said no, I wasn't. Thank God I wasn't. I had a very healthy childhood and everything. My mom just said she was just born that way. Nothing didn't make her to be what she was just born that way. She was just born that way. But unfortunately, one of my mom's co-workers, her daughter's a lesbian, but she got molested by somebody in a family or somebody else, and that's why she ended up being a lesbian, because she doesn't trust men, she doesn't like men, so she ended up being a lesbian. But I thank God I had a good, healthy childhood. I never got molested or nothing like that. But still, I was just born that way.
I wasn't gay at first. I just thought about it. And then, and then I think one elementary school, and one child. I can't believe I'm telling people this.
Well, you know, I only got a little bit of views, so who knows how many people gonna watch this? But
that this guy at it was during daycare. It was during the second or third third week of elementary school, and this boy was sitting next to me, and he's from the same daycare as I am, and we have this, and the boy's mother is the daycare person, and he would. And sometimes he will be laughing and stuff like that and joking like that. And then one time he like put his mouth over me, over my mouth, and the kid like all the kids were watching too.
Oh my
and I'm like,
gosh.
and then like I think one of the kids said like, "Ew, they're kissing" or something like that. And I'm like, wow, okay, what? Not a big deal.
Right.
It's not like it's not like I'm having sex with them or anything.
He was like, I want some chocolate.
He was a young white. He was like a young white.
He wants some chocolate. He got his Hershey kiss.
But that's basically how I started my sexuality. But I'm not entirely gay. I'm just bisexual. I like some women. I like women who are themselves. I like women who are not so mean and bitchy. I'm sorry for the B word. But I do like men. Some men that are pretty good looking. Beautiful face. Beautiful face. Sometimes I stare at the behind.
Behind.
Behind. But it's good.
But you ain't the only one be staring at the booty. I think everybody be staring at everybody's booty. Especially you got a big out there. Oh yeah, you gonna get stared at because your ass is big. Hanging out.
Yeah.
But but my family, I wouldn't say they were bullying me, but it was like a torment to me. That my mom, she was wishy-washy constantly. She keep going back and forth, saying, "Oh, I don't care." And then I don't want you to be like this. And one of my siblings were mocking me and stuff like that. It was bad.
That's how I told my parents that I am gay too. But it wasn't easy because they would catch me doing having the porno pictures and stuff like that, and they kind of got upset. And I even damaged the computers for it. But I
don't think you're the only one. I think a lot of people have done that.
But one day I had something going on, and my mom talked to me about it, and she asked me, "Am I gay?" And I said, I didn't want to say yes, but I said, I'm kind of gay because I like I do look at him. It's not a problem, but she said, if you're gonna be doing that, you have to be careful because these men, women, these people have these diseases. You gotta be really careful what you put your private parts into.
Yeah, she said it right.
and I kind of got scared of that because what happened if I do have sex with somebody and do get AIDS.
Well, as long as you wrap it up, and as long as, ask somebody to get tested, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't wear lots of protection. That's how I learned everything, because people not wearing the condoms and they get messed up.
Yes, really badly. Yeah. I was about to say one last piece about me, and I was about to say about that. Later on, it got better, and I did too. Told my mom I was bisexual to make it even. But that wasn't gonna work because I didn't like to call myself bisexual because I wasn't very attracted to men. I was more attracted to women. So I just say I'm lesbian. And it tormented me. I mean, when I said torment, it got me so sick. I mean, when I say I got sick, it means I almost threw up because all I kept thinking about was burning in hell because that's what they kept on telling me, and that's what they kept on torturing me is you're going to burn in hell, you're going to burn in hell. But then I realized God wants you to live happy on this earth. He wants you to pursue your purpose on this earth. Instead of keep worrying about death all the time, start worrying about living. You only got one life. Right. Yeah.
Live it free. Live it.
Living to the fullest. Yep. And just if you want to wear those, what they call them, the Furby things, you know, people dress like dogs and dragons. If you want to be a Furby, go ahead. I like to see people wearing that. I think they look so cute, and I want to hug them. They look kind of soft. So if you want to be a Furby thingy, go ahead. If you want to be a dolphin, dress like a dolphin, hop in the daggone ocean, go ahead and do it. You only got one life to live, so you live it. So I told myself, I'm going to live my life as I want to live it, and when I meet God, me and God are going to talk, you know?
Yeah, me too. Because I'm sure he will. I'm sure he might have said in the Bible that
homosexuality
is a sin, but what if you're married and what if you're in love with that person for so long? It doesn't matter if you're straight or gay.
Or gay, yes. But put it this way. At the end of the day, God knows who you are. He already knows about, and I always say this a couple of my videos, I say I know a lot of people don't believe in God. That's cool, but for people out there that do, that God knows who you are. He knows everything about you. There's nothing you can hide. Even like little dark secrets. I got dark secrets. Brandon got dark secrets. And the only person that knows about it is God.
And, and he'll forgive you in your sins.
Yes. If you repent your sins, which he know we're not perfect beings, so we might fall and stumble and fail, but at least we recognize it and try to get better. Just like I told Robert, just like an alcoholic. If you want to stop drinking, stop drinking. It's going to take you a while because you drink a lot and you like liquor, but you're going to try to stop yourself from drinking all the time. Yeah. So it's not easy and stuff. But there are some people who, there's some people that say they were ex-gays and, they go to those Christian camps and they turn their sexuality to be straight. A lot of people like,
That don't work either.
I don't think that works either. But since we're on talking about the LGBT people get bullied a lot too for their sexuality. Especially transgender people, especially the young teenager guys, especially when they're trying to come out being a woman or a teenager girl, whatever. They're more likely to get bullied a lot.
Even though there's a right way to be a transgender and there's a wrong way to be it. I was watching Hot Bench the other day, and then it was this guy. He's a police officer, and he was borrowing his money for rent or something like that. And this transgender guy, he's like race police, anti-police race thing or whatever, the Black Lives Matter stuff like that, and he's a transgender too. Because they in the court they said he. They said, well, in the court he felt threatened by the white police guy because he was a black gay man in a woman's clothes. But he didn't say anything about that. The white guy didn't even mention about him being that. He just said it
Right.
in front of the court. And so he was going off on the policeman. I'm like, see, this is why transgender gets beaten up for stuff like that, because they go and blaming somebody that's not threatening to you, or bullying you. Yes, some transgenders are being bullied, and it's not right, but some transgender do stuff that are stupid, and they end up getting hurt.
Well, yeah, I hear that a lot on some YouTuber channels, that some transgender women out there keeps telling other trans women, if you're dating or you're talking to someone, please let them know that you was a male once and now you're transitioned to be a woman. They say, unfortunately, that gets them a lot of kill if they don't tell the man. That's just like one story. I think it was like a year ago, that a Marine was in across seas somewhere. I don't know if it was the Philippines or I'm not so sure, but he was dating this young woman. She was beautiful. I mean, you couldn't tell she was a male. She was full-blown woman. When they got to the bedroom, she took off her clothes, a surprise. And he beat the living daylights out of this poor woman. She died. And the country was furiated. Okay? So this Marine, I believe he's in prison for murder. I mean, he beat the hell out of her. Now, me and my point of view is like, okay, you do not have to beat the living daylights out of someone because you're surprised what they got underneath. Just walk away. I don't understand people like that. Just walk away. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
You know, just walk away. But for some strange reason, and my uncle... One of my uncles had a story. He told me this. This was so hilarious. When he was young, when he was his young days, he said he met a girl when they were out in the city.
Right.
Of course, when he went down, touch her below, he felt something like a snake. It scared the death out of him, and he beat the living daylights out of this poor woman. I asked him, did she call the cops? And, did you went to jail? And he was like, no.
Some of them are, but if you look at it, some of them are like that, especially if they're prostitutes.
Well, I don't know if she was a prostitute or not, but I do know this. That's what his ass get, because, he was young and he was dipping and diving and everything, and he shouldn't be dipping and diving. He should be smart and just stay with one woman.
Right, that's true.
Or something, because that was his breaking fault. But the woman, I guess, apparently she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's just crazy how that story is.
Yeah.
I mean, how that works, because some are transgender and some of them want to be themselves. But then some of them are not. Some of them want to be like that, but then they're not themselves, and then that's how they get in trouble.
What do you mean, like not them? You mean people pretending to be?
Like being all like you're a know-it-all and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. But like I said, my uncle, that's what his ass get, because he shouldn't be dipping and diving. Now he's paranoid, meeting women, even to this day, because he's an older man. He's even paranoid. He asked the woman the baby pictures, birth certificates, and everything. Ever since that day happened to him, he ain't so sure about women. But he shouldn't beat her like that. He say, and this is always an excuse. They always say, well, I was scared. Really? Just walk away. Because he was with his guys. That's why he beat the
Obviously.
daylights out of her because it was embarrassment. I think when men go attack transgender women and they don't even know she's transgender, it's embarrassment. So what they do, they beat the crap out of them, and that's not right.
It's embarrassing to them that they beat up transgender like that, gender women like that, because what if you had a lifestyle like that?
Yeah, exactly. But people don't think like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
People are very selfish and they only think about themselves. But like when my one video called Ups and Downs of Women in Society, go check that video out, because I did salute all the women around the world and men who are transgender. It's very, very risky to come out like that, because the world is still unease with it, and I don't know why, because you're not doing anything, you ain't breaking no law, you sure hell ain't killing nobody, you're just being yourself, you know. So like I said in my videos, I always say people are not very comfortable being different. You know, people are not comfortable people being different in their own protected skin. So bullying, as you can see, is all over the place, especially LGBT. And I was about to say more likely in a disability. See, I got mad at the news one time.
Yeah, definitely disabilities. People. I hate that word.
Retarded.
And I hate people using it because people are retarded. People are retarded, and then they do stupid things. Why don't you help them be on the right track? I'm just tired of people saying stupid, retarded. You know what to say? Say less than smart. That's what Wendy Williams says on her show. She says she stopped saying stupid because nobody is stupid.
Yeah, nobody is stupid. If you teach a man how to fish, he's gonna eat for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Everything that people done on this earth was taught by somebody else, and that person was taught by somebody else. No one ever came out the womb writing mathematics down when they're just a month old. No one ever done that. You know what I'm saying? We all have to learn to do things, especially job or college or whatever. In the disability community, I'm doing this because I know there's a lot of disability people or disabled people out there constantly getting bullied. I have a slight disability, and it's called intelligent disability. We changed it, the names over the years, because it was called retardation, mental illness, learning disability, or something like a long word, something like that. And basically what it is, I have a hard time learning certain things in school, or there's certain information I cannot hold for a long period of time. It just go away. It's weird.
Some of the teachers that treated me bad. That's what another thing that I meant by the teachers were treating me bad, because they were not said to me as myself. Like I have a disability. I forgot what it was, but it's like something minor that is normal. Normal to people. But I have a hard time. I have a hard time listening, and then I have a hard time understand something. So it's something minor like that. People are still treating people like they're stupid.
Especially in the disability community. I mean, it's sad. People will see me, they would never thought I had a disability. I talk very intelligent. I know what I'm doing. I'm full aware of everything.
Me too.
And you will never know it.
Me neither.
You will never, unless I told you. And some people don't even believe me when I tell I have a disability. Some people like, no, you don't. You got no disability. The people don't believe me, which is pretty good, but still. But in the disability community, we get bullied a lot, and unfortunately, it does start from the home. Unfortunately, I know my teacher told me most disability kids were orphans in foster care. Most of disability kids are. It's because a lot of parents don't want to take time to teach that disability kid to be living in a normal society. So they toss them. It's almost like a broken toy. That's how I keep picturing it. Like you have a toy, but it's not broken. It's just got something wrong with it just a little bit.
Yeah.
But a lot of parents want a perfect, normal toy. So they toss that broke toy away and try to get a new toy. And that's wrong, you know?
Yeah. I watched this, this old movie. It's called is it The Tutor? No, not The Tutor.
I'd say that movie. Radio?
It's an old movie where they made a remake by Jacqueline Smith, and it's about this girl who had she's blind.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about.
She's blind. She can't hear, and
she can't talk.
And the instructor had to help her to deal with her disability, because the teacher told her how to touch things without seeing, how to I think one thing that was really good that she told her to spell out the word, spell out the letter or something like that, and that part really touched me because I know many people who are like that. They can't do anything.
Yes.
And it's really sad for me.
I love that movie. That movie was really deep. I forgot what the name. If I ever find it, I wish we had Wi-Fi because you couldn't look it at the tablet.
Yeah.
But it's I think some people
Is it The Tutor?
It might be The Tutor. It has to be called The Tutor.
Yeah.
But it's an old movie. It's a black and white movie.
Yeah.
And it is a very powerful movie. And that teacher didn't give up on that girl. She didn't. She was not going to give up. But everybody else did. They did say, well, let's put her in an asylum.
Even the parents kind of gave up, except for the mother.
Yes, except for the mom.
The mother didn't want to continue it so she could be better in her disability.
And there, like I mentioned, Radio, and there's a movie called The Normal. It's actually a real true story about a black and white couple who both had disabilities, and they actually went to Supreme Court. Back then, disability people wasn't allowed to make kids because they were afraid that the child ended up having a disability, which is crazy, right?
Yep.
And also, they didn't think disability people can live a normal life just like everybody else. And these two people show society that people with disability or disabled, they can live a normal life. They can, you know. But in like I was saying about the news, they were, when they always talk about bullying and stuff like that, they always say, well, disability kids are the highest to get bullied. No shit, you think so? Because they're the ones. There's not enough said that disability people get bullied. Or we get bullied constantly. In some format, some people get bullied because of Down syndrome. They can't help the way how their faces form. Or some certain people can't help the way they walk. When I was in school, especially in high school, in elementary, I should start in elementary and then jump to high school. Because in elementary school, I felt like, and I was a smart kid, I felt like school districts didn't want to know they had disability children because they always pushed them to the back. And I'm being honest with you because when I was in elementary school, they kept the disability kids in trailers. I don't know, the elementary school didn't have enough room for all of us or whatever, but we were in trailers. And then when we had like a, a fire exercise, a fire alarm, or whatever you call them. And when you can hear the fire alarm system go off, you got to go outside. And the other kids who wasn't a disability, they I call them cool kids because they didn't have a slight disability or anything like that. I learned later on, find out that teachers in regular class, if a student was bad, they put them in a disability class just to teach them a lesson, which is pretty fucked up, excuse my language. It's really messed up. Because they sit there and they don't even realize what these stupid cool kids do. Especially when I know, because I was in a special ed class, and what they did, they sit there like, oh, I already know this. Oh, this is easy. I learned this in the 5th grade. They sit there complaining.
Spoiled bitches.
Right. You know, and they sit there and mock us. Because, unfortunately, this is because you know how to do it. Doesn't mean the rest of us don't know how to do it. So they sit there constantly mocking us because they can do it. And it pissed me off. That's why I call them cool kids, because they think they were cool and they think they knew better. But in elementary school, fire drill. When we had the fire drill, we would line up and the stupid cool kids would run. They would spread out like crazy. And that's embarrassment because all the other kids were looking at us like, what the hell going on? I'm like, these damn people. And then when I was in high school, we were way in the back. I'm not kidding. We had no windows or nothing. We were way in the back of the damn school. You know? And then when I went to a different high school, we were across the hall with the kids who are disabled or who are mentally challenged. And we were across the hall from them. To me, it just... I don't know, you might call me crazy, but to me it felt like the school was mocking on the disability people. And then want to say that we have a special ed class. You know what I'm saying? My last video was talking about teen pregnancies and stuff like that. And how school districts were back then. I don't know how they are now. But disability kids get picked a lot. And some disability kids do suicidal. They always say, yes, an LGBT person will suicide herself or kid will get bullied, but a disability kid will suicide herself faster than anybody else because they cannot change it, they cannot try to prevent it or whatever.
I just remember this. I remember this video. It was on the Wendy Williams show. And this video was this teacher was going off on the students because she said they weren't paying attention or something like that, and she started yelling at them, screaming at them, saying like, "Hey, pay attention," and stuff like that. And then when it was asking, would you tell that teacher to be fired because she wasn't fired because she was she was suspended and then it came back and then she wrote an apology note. And I'm like, no, she should be fired. She should be not be teaching because the reason to teach, you had to care about the students, you had to care about yourself, you had to care about others, others except for me, others but yourself. I just hate teachers that go off on students.
Yeah, especially if they didn't do anything. And yes, children are hard-headed, but there's no reason to raise a tone of voice.
And someone said that's how those kids will probably lose their self-esteem because of that. Yeah,
yelling does damage a lot of people. That is for daggone for sure. But back to disability and stuff. A lot of disability kids won't say they have a disability because people would treat you different. I got news flash for a lot of people around the world. Disability kids do know when you treated them differently, and they do know that you treat them like children. We're not stupid, and we're not childish either. And do we look like damn children to you? No. So You know, I mean, trust me, we know when people are treating us like shit, and we know when people are treating like us like we're a bunch of dummies or something like that. Treat us like you would treat somebody else,
Right.
the same equal way. And a lot of disability kids have to do it all the time, how to deal with it all the time. Like,
some of them would be teased about it,
yes.
and then it hurts them because they don't understand what their disability is.
Exactly. There's no time to learn. Nobody doesn't want to learn.
Until they know later, and then later is too late.
Yes, later is too late. Nobody wants to take the time and learn about somebody. Take the time. And I said that in my World Matter video. I said that too. Take the time to learn somebody. You might learn something for yourself. But trust and believe, when I say disability kids know that people are treating them different, we know. I believe our senses are so high. When I say they're high, I'm saying they're high because we can sense it very quickly. We can sense it very quickly when people are using us, abusing us, tricking us, treating like us. We're like damn little kids. We know. We're not stupid. For example, when I went to a bank one time, this one guy, it was Halloween, and one of my old friends from high school was dressing like Superman. It was into the spirit. So this Arab guy, this Iraq Pakistani dude, I know him. He's nasty because he must have sensed that when people are retarded or there's something about him. He didn't welcome ugly people. Let's just put it that way. He didn't welcome ugly people. He welcomed attractive people. But he didn't welcome ugly people or people that disform. Because this man from Iraq, he was handsome and clean cut, but he didn't like ugly. Well, anyway, but me and that friend was talking and stuff. And unfortunately, you know how you got white stuff around your lips and stuff, something. But yeah, you don't have none. But I'm just saying that you know skin. You tall and your lips are chappy. Basically, I'm trying to say. So he didn't shape up to himself too well. But when he got up there, the I can't even say it, the Pakistani dude, he was treating him wrong. He didn't say nothing mean, but his face expression was, and you can tell he didn't like him because of who he was. And I knew he didn't like me either. I didn't like his ass either. Motherfucker. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. But yeah, I mean, people are like that. A lot of people like that. That will treat people who have a disability or disabled, they will treat you very differently. And they shouldn't be treating you differently at all. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of us disability kids are much smarter than these normal people. When I say much smarter, I don't mean like mathematics or whatever. I mean we can tell what's up. You know what I'm saying? We're not stupid.
And I'm sorry we talked about the LGBT a while ago, but I was just thinking about this word the other day. This faggot word.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And, if anybody says that to me, I'm gonna pop somebody off. I hate that word so much that that it gives me so much anger that it would give me so much anger that I really want to kill somebody. So.
Well, I don't like the word faggot because it's a very hurtful word. It's a mean word.
Yeah.
I don't think people should say that. If you watch my ups and downs and women in society, I mention
instead of saying faggot, say fagalicious. I've seen people say that on their show.
Oh really?
On their shows, and it's very inspiring.
Aww. Well,
it's like bag delicious.
I'm about to say, when people call people ugly, you just say unattractive.
Yeah.
It's a nicer word. There's always a nicer word to say anything to somebody. You know, but just don't say it. I think it's really mean and it's hurtful and
just saying the N-word.
Yeah, I don't say the N-word. I was about to put that on one of my videos, but we might as well put it on here. But
well, you can talk about it. Talk about the N-word later.
Oh,
I want to hear it.
But I don't say the N-word.
Me neither.
I don't say the N-word at all because our ancestors were beat, raped, hanged, slave, and torture, and say the N-word day and night. I don't understand why black people want to say it today. I think it's stupid. You can go ahead and keep saying that it's a slang word and it's different ways to say the N-word. No. To me, our ancestors would be rolling on their grave and they see a whole bunch of black people keep calling each other N. Because the N-word was a down low word. To me, the N-word is somebody who don't got nothing going on in their life. They're just being lazy. They want other people to take care of them.
They even tell you, some of them said don't even say the other N-word, Negro. Don't say Negro.
They don't say that either.
Yeah.
I don't say any other ones. I just don't say it. It just don't feel comfortable around my tongue because I know the history behind the N-word. But most black people will bash me, which I know a lot of them will, because they're like, well, you're black and that you're an N. No, an N is somebody who's lazy, somebody who don't want to do nothing in their life. And that's just not blacks. That's anybody, the N-word.
Right.
You know, Asian, Spanish, Pakistani, it don't matter.
Especially white people. Well, they used it back then.
Yes.
And they probably use it now. But now it's so offensive.
Yeah, of course there are some white people say it behind closed doors. They wouldn't dare to say it out in public. They would get murder one on them. But nobody shouldn't say the N-word, period. I don't care what kind of privilege you got. Nobody shouldn't say it. It's wrong. It's not right. My ancestors had to deal with that for 200 plus years. Enough is enough. Just say African American. I'd be proud to say I'm African American because my ancestors did so much for us to be where we are today, to be scientists, to be astronauts and stuff.
Because my ancestor, my great grandmother is from Barbados, and my grandmother on my dad's side is from Panama, so I'm partly Spanish and British, but I think the black side of me came from the Spanish side, Panama, because Panama we're black, like dark. I mean, like light dark, but we could be light sometimes. And on the Barbados side, I think we're partly white too. Because British is partly black, partly white.
Yeah. I'm black, Native American, and white. I could be Spanish. I don't know. But I know those are the three biggest trademarks in my family. And like I said, I don't say the N-word. It's not good. Our ancestors had to hear it all their life. And even in the Civil Rights Movement, they had to hear that all their life, too.
And then but I think my great-grandfather was a slave here.
Really? In Virginia?
In
the South?
And I think North Carolina, and way back in the way back in the 1800s.
Yeah.
When they brought the trade over.
Yeah, because Virginia is the biggest trade slave in the United States to Spotsylvania to I think they said somewhere down south. I don't want to get it wrong. I gotta look it up. But I know Spotsylvania is one of the slave trades in Virginia. Virginia had the biggest slave trades ever.
Have you seen? I went to this on the field trip. In George Washington's house. He even owned slaves, and so there's George Mason Museum too. He also owned slaves.
A lot of...
So these people were slave owners, but they were not so brutal as these other slave owners were.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of back then, a lot of white
And
people.
Some of them, they said, even, I think George Washington said when he died, he let all his slaves free.
Yep, that was true. Yeah, that was true. Yeah, he died. He let them go. He sure did. Yeah. But that's why I don't like the N-word, because it reminds me back in history. Like my grandma, she don't want to watch the show called Roots, and she said I don't even know why they brought it up. I don't know why they brought Roots up.
Yeah,
it's a series of talking about slavery. I would break the damn TV if I would have saw that show. I'm not kidding you.
Now they made a band out of it called The Roots on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh Lord. Yeah. But it's not. It's good to let us know where we came from and how brutal it was, and then be happy what we are today. If it wasn't for all our ancestors that fought, that went protesting and civil rights movement, now black people are moving a little backwards, and we need to go forward. But I tell people all the time, it's like in the middle. With any type of race, it's in the middle, but us is really down in the middle.
And now it's this Black Lives Matter, which don't make sense at all, because there's so many other ways to protest, but they're doing it for violence against the police. I mean, I understand some police are not as nice, but some of them are. Some of them do their job wherever they want to. It just sickens me that our people don't want to accept white people.
Excuse me.
So much.
I don't think that's it. I don't think black people. I don't think they want to accept white people. Because unfortunately, because of black and white history, it's been so deep rooted in this country because of slavery. And that's why black and white is still kind of intense. But you gotta remember, all this was taught in the home. A lot of people were taught to hate somebody. Nobody in the womb never came out to hate any skin color or any sexuality or nothing at all, really. You were born purified, meaning that you like everybody who you saw because you like them. But when an adult tells a child, say, don't like this and do not talk to this person, that's when it comes to issue. You know, it's taught by the home. And trust me to say, a lot of black people have a lot of white family in them. Some black people probably don't. A lot of black people probably have strictly blacks in their family. But for me, and you say yourself, we have white people in our family and stuff. So,
because I think we recently have two Irish family, one Irish cousin in our family. And she's from Boston.
Oh, cool.
And she's white. She's she's the Irish white. But she likes us just the way we are, just being fun. And she goes on the cruises with us and stuff like that. And I think one cruise she brought her I think grandmother. No, not grandmother. Her aunt with her. And she was she's white. She's Irish too.
Well, my dad told me I'm Scotland. I was shocked. I'm Scotland from Scottish. But we're gonna wrap this up a little bit. I'll bring Brandon next time for our conversation and stuff.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Hopefully,
I hope people don't take this the wrong way.
Oh no, cause I'm gonna make an intro. You know, like the beginning of it when you click on my thing. I'll make an intro because what this channel is basically about is healthy conversation and just real talk. There's no right. There's no wrong. There's really no right and wrong. It's just your opinion, your thoughts. and how you feel. It's just a healthy conversation. Which everybody, I feel like, always trying to force that they're right. Nobody's not right when they have a conversation. You can't be right and you can't be wrong when you are talking about conversation. Like me and Brandon just disagree a couple of things, and that's fine. But as long as you respect and listen to somebody else's opinions or thoughts, because we all don't think alike. So we cannot force each other to believe what you believe. It's not going to work. Yeah. But hopefully, might have my friend Brandon and other friends of mine hopefully get warm. Because I know a lot of people see me wearing my hoodie and my hat all the time.
And I hope I won't be wearing this blue shirt and this.
We're going to wear some street clothes for soon. But we appreciate watching my videos, my family and friends, and new people watching it. So keep on watching.
Thank you for watching, and it's been a good topic about bullying. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
So see y'all next time.
Thank you for listening. Thank you.